light operating. Try to avoid it.
Of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, the Honorable Minister of Defense and Ministers of State of Veteran Affairs, Honorable the Permanent Secretaries, the Chief of Defense Forces, represented by the Deputy Chief of Defense Forces, colleagues, generals, officers and men of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, our family members present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, the 19 generals before you, each one of them has a story. Each one of them have an experience which has gone through. So it's going to be a big challenge for me, but I'll try to speak on their behalf because these 19 generals have a lot of experience which each one of them would want to share. Your Excellency, on behalf of the retirees, I express our deepest gratitude for presiding over this memorable occasion. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Today marks the end of another chapter in our lives and the beginning of another one. We retire with pride, we retire with gratitude and a steadfast commitment to transforming our country, Uganda. Many of us have had the privilege of serving under your command and witnessing our country's remarkable journey from insecurity and economic hardship to stability, peace, and development. We have witnessed your meticulous efforts transforming Uganda from the brink of being declared a failed state under the past leaders to the fast-growing economy on the continent of Africa. Your Excellency, your leadership has inspired confidence, has inspired resilience and patriotism in all Ugandans. During the difficult years of the 1980s, when Uganda faced insurgencies and security threats, you demonstrated courage by strengthening the national institutions, more so the army, the UPDF. Your Excellency, you resisted calls for calling in external interventions in form of UN which you normally call uh, military, military tourism. You rejected that, and instead, through difficult reforms, including reduction in force of the armed forces, you entrusted those of us who remained in the force the responsibility of building a professional, disciplined, and modern military. And Your Excellency, I think Uganda should be proud of that, that's what we have now. Your Excellency, a few people in this room may not know that by 1986, 87, 88, we were importing practically everything in this country, including bread from Kenya. If somebody was to be your friend and has crossed the border to Kenya, for you to understand that he was your friend, would bring you an Ariot bread, would bring you a Coca-Cola, would bring you a Kimbo, and would bring you a Colgate. That's where we were by 1986, 87. Your Excellency, what a remarkable recovery we are recording today. Your Excellency, you have transformed, you have guided, and you have transformed this force to an army which used to have half uniform. The generals who are here and who are in the field, I think they remember the half uniform. Your Excellency, one day we had a very bad picture on the front page of one of the media, on the pages of I think it was New Vision by then, where a rebel commander, big rebel commander, had been killed in, I think it was in Patongo, Kalong, around there, and he had a full uniform from Sudan, and then standing beside him was the soldiers who had done, the damage to him, who had killed him, and the soldiers were in half uniform. And then the headline went, "Who was the rebel?" That's where we have come from. Your Excellency, you have brought this army from an army which was performing national parade in gumboots. Gentlemen, do you remember the time when we had a gumboots parade and the boys decided to leave the gumboots on the parade ground? They kicked all the gumboots out of their feet, and by the time the parade went through, there was a heap of gumboots on the parade ground. That's where we have come from. But look at where we are today with this army. Today's UPDF, Excellency, is a force reckoned with. It is one of the most outstanding forces on the African continent, most respected, most professional, and contributing not only to Uganda's national security, but also to regional and international peace and security. And I was very happy to hear, and I want to thank the Minister of Defense for defending our possible deployment in the Gaza, because it will again give us the UPDF a lot of exposure in international relations. Your Excellency, we remain grateful to you for the values and virtues you have instilled in us. And I'll specifically point these out, and very, very strongly. Patience. Your Excellency, you are patient. You have been patient with us. You have shown us what patience means. Your Excellency, your humility. Your humility is unmatched. You have instilled in us discipline. And that's why everybody is saying, why is this UPDF a different? We hear statements, sorry to say, we hear statements like, if you rather meet a soldier on the way than the other uniform. That's discipline. And that is part of what you have instilled in us. Integrity. Tolerance. Your Excellency, I think sometimes people even take advantage of this, your tolerance. You have tolerated us. If you had not tolerated us, many of us possibly would not be here in this red tunic today, saying goodbye to the force in a honorable way. Your willingness to mentor and guide, rather than to condemn and punish, has shaped many of us in what we are today, not only in the military, but also as we walk out of uniform into the civilian population. A lot of what we are going to be has been your contribution and your guidance and your strategic guidance to us all throughout this time. To the current leadership on all ranks of the UPDF, we are handing to you a well-disciplined and respected institution built through sacrifice. Please protect this legacy by upholding the patriotism, professionalism, integrity, and most importantly, respect to the civilian population. We have an umbilical cord which should never be broken between the UPDF and the civilian population. Please jealously guard that. And of course, loyalty to the Constitution. Please continue earning and safeguarding the trust that the people of Uganda have placed in the UPDF. UPDF is highly trusted by our people. To my fellow retirees, today is a day of thanksgiving. We thank the Almighty God for granting us the opportunity to retire honorably after faithfully serving our country. We have faithfully served. Retirement from active military service does not mean retirement from serving Uganda. It's just another phase. You have a lot of experience. You have a lot of exposure. A lot has been talked when the chief here was reading the CVs. Many of you have been exposed beyond even the borders of Uganda, as military attaches, as defense attaches, working in the international environments. Please, let's take that experience, wisdom, and leadership out there as we retire, gained from the UPDF. The training which UPDF has taken us through, the exposure it has given us, let's make use of it, even out of uniform. Let us continue to be ambassadors of discipline, patriotism, and responsible citizenship. As we transition into civilian life, I encourage you to exercise wisdom, patience, and sound judgment, particularly when you are making financial and investment decisions. Out there, they know by now that the generals are retiring and have a package. Many will knock on your door with very attractive deals, very, very attractive. Please take care. Many of those deals are not genuine because we have seen some of our friends who have gone before who have suffered from exploiters. Let us safeguard the benefits we have earned through the many years of dedicated service and remain examples to the generations that are following us. I want to thank the leadership of the Army. Your Excellency, they organized the financial literacy training for all of us in Buya, and I think most of us attended that financial literacy training. Please don't take it lightly. It was for good reason, and because they had already experienced some of what they talked about. Please take note and also be observant of what happens out there. Your Excellency, let me become more personal. As the last serving officer from Officer Cadet Intake 17 Long Munduri, I'm the last standing officer of that Intake 17 Long. Intake 17 Long was recruited by His Excellency the President when he was the Minister of Defense after the fall of Idi Amin. Your Excellency, I'm your recruit. I benefited from your call when you made a very passionate call for people who have a good education to join the Army. And that's how I joined the Army in 1979. I retired with immense pride after 47 years of witnessing and participating in the transformation of Uganda and Uganda People's Defense Forces. It has been an extraordinary honor for me to contribute to this journey. On behalf of the retirees, I reaffirm our unwavering loyalty to Uganda and the UPDF. Though we are leaving active service, we shall always remain available to serve our nation whenever and wherever we Sir, as retiring generals, we thank all those officers and men who have served under our command and supervision. We would not have been generals if they were not there. The officers and men in this room, please convey our utmost appreciation. The officers and men of the UPDF who have served under us, whom we have guided, whom we have mentored, and whom we have worked with. You made us generals. We would not be generals without the officers and men of the UPDF. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, permit me to express my personal gratitude for the confidence you have placed in me, not only through my military career, but also in the public sector. From serving as an instructor, a field operations commander, an inspector general of police, commander land forces, chief of defense forces, to later serving as a cabinet minister. Excellency, thank you for that exposure. I think I'm one of the few who have had that kind of laxity, moving from uniform to public life, back to uniform, back to public life, and I'm highly grateful, Your Excellency, because that exposure has made a lot of difference in my life. Each appointment has provided invaluable opportunities to serve my country. For this trust and confidence, I remain profoundly grateful, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, we owe a tremendous debt of gratitude to these people, to our families. Our wives, children, many of them, when the going got tough, when most of us were out there in the bushes trying to put stability in this country, they couldn't join us. But they did one thing. They actually formed a prayer warriorship group, most of them. They formed a prayer warriorship group, and for them, all they did was to put their knees down and pray for their husbands and for this country. Thank you very much, the family. And we thank you for the unwavering support, your sacrifices, being there without us, managing with the little resources we could afford at that time, very minimal resources we could afford at that time. Being very patient, your prayers and the unwavering support enabled us to dedicate ourselves fully to the military service. This retirement belongs to you as much as it belongs to us. I thank the government of Uganda, the leadership of the UPDF, our comrades in arms, and the people of Uganda for the support extended to us throughout our years of service. We have really enjoyed a lot of support from all walks of life, especially the public and the civilians. As Apostle Paul says in 2 Timothy 4:7, and I quote, I've fought the good fight, I've finished the race, I've kept the faith. We also say, sir, we have also fought good battles. We have finished the race, and we have remained faithful to our Commander-in-Chief and our motherland, Uganda. And we feel proud and proudly honored to be retiring from active service. Your Excellency, thank you very much. May God continue to bless Uganda. May God continue to bless you, Your Excellency, our Commander-in-Chief, and may God continue to bless the Uganda People's Defense Forces. For God and my country. Thank you very much.